got a good point.
Yeah, no, I think it's a very legitimate concern. Look, I have been banned on CNN because my views are politically incorrect. But a fellow named Wilson, a Republican consultant from Florida, he tweets out, somebody needs to put a bullet in Donald Trump. He still appears regularly on CNN. So once again, you see the double standard.
Yeah, somebody needs to put handcuffs on his ass.
Yeah, well, at least he had to get a visit from the Secret Service.
He doesn't have a right to say, as a media person, go kill somebody. Listen, if I got up on air and told my listeners, they're great people, but a small percentage are crazy. If I said go kill somebody, they'd try. And Glenn Beck knows that. It's not like he's an average guy saying somebody should put a bullet in him. He knows damn well he's got enough lunatics listening, they'll go out and try it. I'm sorry, Roger.
Look, I don't disagree. So let's come back to your question because it's crucial. Who the vice president is the central question. I think Trump's greatest insurance policy against assassination is picking a vice president whose views are almost identical to
More
his.
hardcore. Don't have a George Herbert Walker.
No, because then that's an open invitation. Whether it's Lyndon Johnson, whether it's George Bush, that's an open invitation for a
Roger Stone is on fire despite the fact he was stuck in an airport with summer storms all night with no sleep. He's here fighting for the Republic. Fourth hour straight ahead. Infowars.com/show for free feeds. Chris, thanks for the call. Other callers, stay with us. By the way, I'm just going to say this. Roger Stone's got to take a break right here. He didn't want me to talk about this, but we're just going to say it. He flew here even though his mother just got out of the hospital to basically come home. Well, you want to repeat what you just said, then maybe come back?
My mother's gravely ill, and she is. There's nothing more that Western medicine can do for her. She's had the last rites, but she is not. Her passing was not supposed to be imminent, so the doctors gave me permission to come here today. I'm flying back tomorrow, but it's a very hard time. By the way, my mother, a hardcore Donald Trump supporter, and I hope she can make it to November.
Absolutely. I know you want to get into that, but it just shows how no sleep to get here. Your mom's, at home, and your wife's calling saying emergency call. So listen, I know we said we take more calls, but why don't you just go ahead and take a break? We're going to do some more taping later. I can take these calls right now. I'll see you there in the conference room. Go ahead and go take that call right now.
Many thanks.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Yeah, there goes Roger Stone. Because that's real. He kind of needs to get off right there. And then that was a 60-second break at the end of the hour. So that kind of just happened right now. So he's got to go off air. Sorry to the callers. You got to talk to me now. But we will tape some more stuff for other broadcasts, obviously coming up Sunday. Is that Eric or Erica? It's like so many lights in my eyes. I can't read. It's Eric. Okay. In Oregon, you're on the air. Go ahead. Welcome.
Hi, Alex. I'd like to say to Roger, thoughts and prayers are with him. It's a rough time for him, but I appreciate everything he's doing.
Well, he's a hard fighter. That guy, sends me texts at 6 a.m. and 3 a.m. And we have conversations at 2 a.m. sometimes. It's crazy, I tell you. He's definitely dedicated.
That's a fantastic person. Now, as far as the media goes and Donald Trump calling him out, I support him 100%. After everything that went on up here in Oregon with the constitutionalists trying to get their word out, trying to get the ranches taken care of, whether you agree with what they did and how they did it or not, they're all in prison. It was a political setup. Harry Reid and Hillary Clinton, they've had their hands in this for years. Now, they're all in prison, and not one of them ever committed any violence towards another person. Yet we've got all these groups down here attacking people. We had FBI, police, everything crawling in this little town of Burns. But you go down there and you watch what's going on at the Trump rallies, and the officers are standing back with their hands behind their back.
That's right.
And
these Soros-funded groups are pledged to kill police, and the police cowardly, I'll say it in some jurisdictions, I'm not their enemy, but I mean, coward's coward. They follow their orders, and they always say, well, it's my order. Well, you know what? I didn't follow orders to shut up and go along when people attacked me and went after me, and the system said, shut up or we'll kill you. So I'm just sick of all these men. Like, people go, well, George Soros would have been put in a concentration camp if he didn't help round up his fellow Jews. I've had Hollywood people tell me, listen, we like you, but you shouldn't knock George Soros. He had to do it. I'm like, you told me round up innocent people or I'm going to be dead? I'll tell you, put the bullet in me. And I better be chained up when you say it or I'm going to try to kill you. And people go, oh, God, you're going to fight back? Yeah, I'm going to fight back. Since when do people not fight back? I just can't understand it. I just don't get it. People go, man, you're like really tough. You want to fight these people. My ancestors were probably 5 times tougher than I am. I cannot believe that we've lost our soul. That's all I'm trying to say here. Erica, anything else?
What happened up here in Oregon? These are political prisoners now. That is the only reason why they're in prison.
No, I agree. I mean, Pete Santilli lied about me and did a lot of horrible stuff to me, but he doesn't deserve to be locked up for months for running around doing what he was doing. I think it's dangerous to the entire press and especially the other people there. Just they should not be in jail. So many people come to me and say, hey, you know, this talk show host used to bash you. Aren't you glad he's locked up in prison? And I say, well, you'll be next. No, I'm not glad. I'm not glad he's locked up in prison. But these people, though, they just don't realize how serious this is. They think this is a game. And this is not a game, ladies and gentlemen. We're not playing a game here. We're going to come right back with Anthony Gucciardi. Stay with us. I'm going to come as well. Stay with us. I tell you, that was not theatrical on purpose. His mother's been taken out of the hospital, basically ready for hospice. And he talks about his mom all the time when he's here visiting and stuff. Old Italian lady, 90-something years old. And he said that he looked at his phone and got tears in his eyes. And we were going live on air. And he said, my mom, she was dying. And that's why we had to get him off air. Because we were on air and he was there with a smartphone, you know, having to go find out what's going on with his mom. So that's why Roger Stone's not here. So I'm sure the callers will be okay, like David and Jim and Rob and Michael and Joseph that have been holding. Anthony Gucciardi's going to be taking your calls. He's got a bunch of news. They've got a boil down of my report on the attack on free speech by the EU with Internet ID coming up. We've got a lot more here. We didn't get to Hillary Clinton's foreign policy Trump attack, where she says Trump like 60 times. John Kerry slams Trump. These are the people that run Al-Qaeda and ISIS and are destroying our country, saying Trump doesn't know foreign policy. He's got the common sense not to start wars with Russia when Russia has 3 military bases and is on the verge of collapse. We don't want Russia to collapse. We'll collapse too then. That's what causes global depressions. But they have this weird sicko view that if somebody else collapses, we do good. Yes, if Russia and China are expansionists in the 60s and menacing us, if we can play them off against each other, do it. But you don't go mess with people that are just trying to survive. Well, the answer is, we'll put George Soros in charge of Russia and teach 5-year-olds how to be gay. No, we're not going to push your pedophile agenda. Sorry. So we're going to get to those clips in this hour and a lot more. Anthony Gucciardi, Loaded Phones here. I skipped probably 4 or 5 breaks today, and this is not a gimmick. I've got to stop because they come to me, the accountants, some months and go, you know, you lost money this month. You got to stop that. The network puts up with it. Everybody does. Affiliates can't believe it because they don't care. They've got the local breaks. They're like, wow, you really skip half your breaks. It's got to stop. Kind of added a 4th hour because I just need more time here. Because once you start talking about this, it's hard to shut up. But just know this. We need your financial support. InfoWarsStore.com. We have a new air filtration system that in the specs, comparable units of the lowest price are $400 to $500. Some are close to $1,000. I bought units with specs the same 2 years ago. I have in every room of my house. I have like 5 of these. And not in the bathrooms, obviously, but all the main rooms. And they were $1,000 a piece, like 980-something bucks a piece. Over $1,000 with tax. This sucker has 4 filters. It's ionic, cluster technology, and a bunch of other systems. Got 4 filters, and it's $184. That's 26.02 off in the introductory offer. It will have to end on Monday, and we have 20% off on lung cleanse that's off until Monday because it's going to sell out maybe before Monday. In fact, I should say until it sells out because we already had pre-programmed over a year ago in the shopping cart to once a year, you know, in between spring and summer to offer this when the pollen's real bad. And they said, hey, Alex, why are you doing this special? We only got like 1,000 bottles of it. I'm like, sorry. That's available. You really should try it when you have an itchy throat or whatever. I'm like, I had really bad itchy throat the last month because of allergies. I said, I'm like Hillary Clinton coughing. I said, wait, lung cleanse. Psh, goes away. So incredible. So InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com. But Anthony Gucciardi, tell us what you've got coming up today on these phone calls you're going to be taking.
You know, yesterday when you went on the show and you had Kid on, you talked about EU proposes government ID to use the internet.
That's on Drudge right now,
It was so absurd that most people said, okay, you know, I know you guys cover credible stuff, but it sounds crazy. So what Darren did is he went in and put all of the articles, all of the information into like a 5-minute clip of just information overload. So we're going to premiere that. And then also we've got Biggs. He was going to come on the bottom of the hour, but he says he's live right now in the media hub at the Trump rally in Reading.
And that link's up on Infowars.com. We should tweet that out, too.
Yep. So he's about to come on live here on the 4th hour when we come back. Or actually, depends when we stop. But he said he's in it right now. He's got a live stream going.
Well, let's go to it. We have that stream up right now?
Let's see if we can pull him up.
We take you now live to Clandathu?
Yeah, we're going to Clandathu.
Yeah, it's not really started yet. I'll never forget, I walked into Charlie Sheen's house like 12 years ago, and there's Denise Richards back in her prime. And I said, we now take you live to Clandathu. That actually happened.
Do what? What's your name? Joe Biggs.
Who's this guy talking to Joe?
How you doing?
Oh, it's listeners. That's awesome.
Oh, right on. Thanks.
Well,
man.
I know he had some interesting interactions before this that he wants to talk about.
We're going to go to Joe in a minute. I'm going to let you do that. We got calls, everything else. Well, what do you make, though, just of the crazy climate and the image of people with Mexican flags beating a woman and people up in the media? The mayor of San Jose says this is good.
You know, I was in the break room before the show. I was getting a water. And on the news, they said, well, we know there's been countless reports of Trump supporters attacking, spitting on, and harassing Clinton supporters. And I was just thinking, what? I mean, it is hilarious. And you don't even have to be a rabid Trump supporter or anything to realize, wait a minute, this is totally insane.
And these crooks have taken over, and they just think because they have platforms they can spew BS. They're self-immolating themselves. The mainstream media is burning itself up.
They're talking right into the trash can.
Oh, man.
It's put it in the nice way, right?
What do
That's the PG version.
Oh, they're talking into Hillary Clinton's horse ass. Let me ask you this, Anthony.
That's PG, too. That's acceptable.
It's acceptable.
Yes.
Hillary said so.
Yes.
Where do you think all this is going, though? Because this is a crazy time to be alive.
Well, I think that more people realize what's going on than we think. I mean, look at the reaction to something like Roger Stone doing the AMA on Reddit or Paul Watson last night. People freaking out, super excited about it. And then you look at the reaction to like the Redskins thing. They did that poll where the Washington Redskins, they went and polled real Native Americans.
And it was something like 70-something%, right?
96%, so they weren't offended. 96%.
I went from memory, yeah, 96% of Native Americans. Because it's obviously honoring them. So, yeah. Oh, there's a Hillary for Prison shirt. Patriots, that's an original one.
And maybe it is politically correct, but they don't care. So they just make all these issues out of nothing, freak out about it, when the actual base of the people they're claiming are being hated on and are so upset don't even care. So there's just all a, we'll start find a PG way of saying this too, patting each other on the back, right? So in a big circle. So basically what they're doing is they're making a big storm out of nothing. They're participating in a circle jerk. And no one on the outside actually cares. Not even the people they claim do. It's all a big joke. It's all a big facade.
The facade is coming down. The end of an era is here.
Yes.
I think Hillary may just detonate nukes. Obama just might go, Earth's blown up. Screw it.
Hey, all else fails, right? All else fails. Why not? The codes were 00000. It's not that hard to figure out.
Yeah. Liberal.
This is the real audio, ladies and gentlemen.
This is real Obama this morning.
I am ready to kill the infidel pig maggots. Prepare the nuclear weapons. The planet will be destroyed for Allah.
I would imagine it with like a Palpatine hood. You do a pretty good Palpatine, too, actually.
Anyways, let's go to this clip. We have a crooked Hillary supercut of Trump I'm going to play first. So let's play it right now. Here it is.
Hillary Clinton has to go to jail, okay? She has to go to jail. Has to go.
Listen to this one. Hillary Clinton, when she was Secretary of State, ran up $1 trillion in trade deficits with China. $1 trillion. Great job, Hillary.
By the way, Hillary Clinton is missing 30,000 emails. They've been deleted. 30,000. 30,000 emails.
Crooked Hillary, crooked Hillary. She is a crooked person. Remember